Hey guys, when I was going through and doing the edits for the recent editing project I was working on, I picked out Avisail Garcia. He's a guy coming into the season that was hitting about 260 for his career over several seasons. This season he's at 303 when I'm shooting this video, which is August 2nd. He's a young guy, 26, so I think we can attribute a lot of that to him hitting his prime, kind of putting things together. So I had him rated as a guy that's a 260s hitter. Nothing spectacular, right? Again, on my rating scale, 70 would be about a 275 hitter in terms of contact. 60 would be about a 250 hitter. Interesting though, you go ahead and take a look at his splits on ESPN, like I said in the other videos where I go. And if you look at his splits, you see that he's a 409 hitter versus lefties. Could go ahead and bump his contact all the way up to 90. Probably go higher, but I want to wait and get some more data on him. Because I looked at his 3-year splits and he was nowhere near a 400 hitter versus lefties. He was about 270s, around the low 270s. Versus righties, he's at 266 so far this year. That should get him somewhere more into the mid-60s, so we'll go ahead and leave him there. Interesting thing about lefties, though, is for as high as he's hitting, only got 1 home run, 88 at-bats. Power, we can probably bump that down a little bit. Now, versus righties, 12 home runs and 252 ABs. If you kind of put that out over the course of 600-ish ABs, during a year, which is how I go and try to determine power and everything, you put him on pace for roughly about 30 home runs, which would equate to something about, or somewhere about 80 in terms of power ratings based on my scale. We'll go ahead and leave him kind of like mid to upper 70s. Keep track of him during the year and follow up and see if he keeps on this pace. Thing about him though, 303 average, 303 average, 347 on base percentage. Not much of a spread there. We'll go ahead and bump his plate discipline down a bit. It's not much of a guy that's going to get on base this year. Do see that he has 4 stolen bases, so he's not exactly blazing the trail. We're going to go ahead and knock his speed down a little bit, bump his base running ability up. That should be about right. I want him to go ahead and be a guy that can steal you 10 bases during the course of the season. So if you've seen my other videos, you know how I do it. Try to get the tendency and the running ability up right at the speed so that they'll go ahead in your dynasty and owner mode and go ahead and steal bases. Go ahead and take a look at his hot and cold zones here real quick. Again, all this is on ESPN. I mentioned this in my other videos, but a lot of tools there. Go ahead and take advantage of that, make use of these tools. So first thing we do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at his hot zone versus the right-handed pitchers. Here it looks like he's hot up in the zone, cold away, mid away, cold low away, and hot in. Now versus lefties, looks like he is hot in most boxes. The only boxes he's really cold are up and away, or up and in and low and away, excuse me. It's also hot in here. So that's Avisail Garcia. Again, interesting case because I try to pick out guys that obviously were getting buzz, but other guys that just are outperforming expectations. Maybe they're finally coming to their prime, finally getting it. I have him at a 4-star now. As I said in other videos, a 4-star guy to me is a guy that'll hit over 300, a guy that would give you 30 home runs, something like that. Some combination of that for pitchers, a pitcher with an ERA, starter or reliever of 3.5 to 4. And then obviously 5-star guys, a whole other level. Talking Mike Trout, Bryce Harper's, Clayton Kershaw's of the world. So there is Avisail Garcia. If you guys have any other questions, you want to see anybody, go ahead and shoot me a message. and go ahead and take a look at my other videos, see the other players I have up. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy.